Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Tonight, we have a Div E East matchup featuring Out of Pocket Esports and GGB, or Gambit Gaming Blur. I have to say right off the top, Gambit Gaming Creed was not designed after the team name, but the Gambit quest of Val's Creed of the Hunter. And then Gambit Gaming Blur took it and ran with it and said it was the band, and now I might have to change my team name. Anyway, a little bit of side commentary here. We are going to be looking at the map bans here. So Out of Pocket, going to be our home team in blue, banning out Braxis and Cursed Hollow. The red team, Gambit Gaming Blur, banning Battlefield Fraternity and Sky Temple. And I need to make sure I have some sound on. Actually, the sound is really low. If the sound, I think I fixed the sound. I'm also screaming into my mic, so it should be better. But if it's not, let me know, please. And, wait, aren't y'all based off the best band ever? Yeah, Scott Strapp. Creed, of course. Can you take me higher? Do-do-do-do-do-do. To a place. Anyway. We are just waiting now for the lobby to get created, and then once we're good there, we'll be moving on forward. So, and actually, it looks like the lobby is created. Bloody asking, how does this game work? Let's see if he figures it out. It looks cool. Alright, I think the sound is a little bit better. It's still kind of soft, so I am kind of trying to talk a little bit loud. I don't understand why the audio output here is so low. Maybe I can change that. No, that really doesn't give me anything. Like, it's all the way up here. I don't have any limiters, so I don't know. Should be cranking, but it's not. Maybe somebody with advanced audio settings. Ooh. What does advanced audio settings do? No bounce, volume. Thank you for the follow, G1 underscore underscore underscore. What a name. Anyway, we're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen first. This was picked by Gambit Gaming Blur. While I struggle to fix my audio, we're going to start drafting some heroes. So let's get right into it.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Tomb of the Spider Queen. I am going to turn this up just a well, it is up, actually. I'm going to turn that up just a smidge. If it gets to be too much, let me know. Hey, Rocco. So, Out of Pocket having those first bans. I mean, I feel like I go over this every cast. The meta hasn't changed, right? So, Johanna, obviously, is something you want to ban. Maybe Junkrat, maybe a Brightwing, Stukov, depending on the kind of division that you're working with here. So let's see what they go with here. I gotta say, Orc and Beans, one of my new favorite names in all of NGS. As a mildly big Weezer fan, I can appreciate the good pun. So let's see what they go with here first. They're gonna ban something, right? Okay, right. Yeah, okay. Got a little worried, but that's fine. They figured it out. Oh, Mr. Slippers. That's an excellent name. They have good names. Bloody Drapes is banning for GGB. And the first ban is going to be May, so I'm assuming that's a target ban. may not necessarily known for their strongest of engages or most consistent, but if somebody plays a lot of Mei and's got it nailed down, then just get rid of her. Easy peasy. The second ban here for Out of Pocket, likely going to be that Johanna. How could it not be? Yeah, there you go. One of her strongest maps, in my opinion. Just her ability to almost infinitely poke the objective is super irritating. And, alright, so tanks being choked out early here from GGB. Garage ban that second round.
This round needs
And
me.
Li Ming is the choice early. Don't see a lot of Li Ming on this map. But you do see a lot of Blaze, and there's an Anubarak. So both the front lines taken early for GGB. Very decisive decision there from both of them. Li Ming doesn't have great wave clear, and there gets to be a lot of crap in the way to clear. Thank you for the follow again. G1 ____. But Arkin Bean's going to be picking up that Rhaegar and Diva chosen from... Is that Vates? I think Vates. It looks like votes, but the A's and O's in this game really look the same. Yeah, Vates. Okay. Murden again banned. I mean, all the tanks are damn near gone at this point. Anything that's worth a damn has been banned at this point. This is going to be a healer ban. Probably Stukov? Or do you just get rid of the Anduin here? Okay. Tyrande ban. So Diablo is still up, which Out of Pocket can draft here depending on the DPS that comes out of Blur. You almost expect them to see them pick a Tychus here just to discourage the Diablo pick, and just have the minigun for the beef that is Diva.
It's a perfect day.
You see Harkin picking up a Junkrat, and yeah, there's the Tychus.
It's about damn time.
Really solid drafting right now by GGB. I think so far they have everything they wanted. They got the tools to deal with what they have. It was the first pick Li Ming, so you immediately lock the Anub to counter that. Bunker, obviously very strong. What's up, Clipless? Junkrat irritating as hell on this map as well. With the bombs and the traps and the bombs and all kinds of bombs. Mr. Slippers and Cocky going with a Stitches and Ragnaros, so kind of interesting. And it's an Anduin out of Astro Key. Not sure how they're going to play it. So I'm assuming Rag would be in the 4-man. But, I mean, a Rag into Junkrat Tychus is going to be really, really rough. And there's really no peel from really any of the bruisers, which is kind of amazing. They don't have a lot of CC. So Junkrat and Tychus are kind of going to be able to do whatever they want here. Let's see how it all plays out. Game 1 between Out of Pocket and Gambit Gaming Blur. About to begin. Let's switch over to the match screen. Hello, as always, my name is Eternal Blue, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm going to zoom in so you can't see my shitty basement as much. Oh, I clicked a button. I didn't mean to click it. Oh boy. It's all bad. I'm really good at this. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm a professional. Okay. Meanwhile, we're in the game. From left to right, our home team tonight is Out of Pocket. We have Cocky on the Ragnaros, Mr. Slippers on the Stitches, Inoculus, playing the Li Ming, Orc and Beans, excuse me, on that Rhaegar and Diva in the bottom lane being played by Fates. And our away team tonight is Gambit, Gaming, Blur, GGB. We have Harkin on that Junkrat, Astro Key on the Anub, Tychus being played by Ezo, Bloody Drapes on the Blaze, and Gossamer bringing up the rear on that. My goodness, I forgot that. Anubarak, my goodness. After all that ad, all I got was a basement. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. All good. So the 100% hook percentage right now from the Stitch is playing out of his mind. You're already getting a hook on Bloody Drake, but you're not taking any damage. That minigun. Woof. Minigun is going to get some value this game into the chonky front line that is out of pocket right now. Another hook from Slippers, but not a whole lot of follow-up. Gossamer goes in, misses, and going to be punished for it, but he's going to be able to get out of dodge. And Diva already pushing this bottom lane. Bloody Drapes getting a stun underneath the tower. Diva doing a great job, already taking down half a tower here in the bottom lane before the game really even started. But we shoot back up into the top lane where the action is typically going to be this map. New Digital says easy win for Gambit. We'll see how it all plays out for them. They can pretty much kill things on cooldown if they so decide. Looks like Junkrat gonna be double soaking while the Tychus and Anduin start this bruiser camp in the back line. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we do have a gank here. Good damage by Inoculus, but Fates is going to lose. Yep, gonna lose the mech. Not terrible there. But here comes a gank potentially. And no, they really don't have a lot of great ganking potential unless Stitch just lands a really far away hook. A lot of soak and gems going to be lost here, and damaged onto the walls from GGB. Astro Key and Ezo, not necessarily the fastest on the camp. Maybe you want to see the Junkrat go and do that. But, meanwhile, top lane, Stitches running down the Junkrat to no avail. And you see out of pocket now, getting over to the bruiser camp. Gaki, Pork and Beans, and Inoculus, the dynamic trio, getting that bruiser camp out. So this is going to be a free clear here to the side of out of pocket on this bruiser camp, and they're going to have good push potential in this mid lane while Gambit Gaming Blur does pick up this siege camp in the bottom. Gossamer lying in wait, getting good vision for his team, and now these guys are going to have to rotate mid and clear out this bruiser camp before it does a boatload of damage to this front wall and towers of the mid lane. But they're leaving it. Okay, meanwhile, bottom lane. They decided to clear this lane a little bit. They're a little bit late here. But here comes Blaze as well. Good boop there by the Junkrat, getting that spell minion over the wall, clearing that out quickly. Not too much damage here. They didn't lose the wall, so not terrible. 5-5 in experience is very even. The gems about dead even too. A few more in favor of GGB. Pork and Beans trying to turn in, but there's a beetle in his way, and now Junkrat mines. Junkrat, one of my least favorite heroes to play into. Hook from Mr. Slippers just misses. Let's take a quick look at talents. Apologize. Haven't quite looked at that yet. Looks like we have a full meatball build from the Ragnaros. Oh, this should be a very dead Mr. Slippers. Good body blocks there by Gossamer. Really nice follow-up CC, and the first kill of the game goes in favor of Gambit Gaming Blur. Stitch is just caught out a little bit too far there in that top lane. As we quickly look over the talents there, we see one kill of the Master Assassin already started by the Tychus. Lightning build Rhaegar, who has not taken a level 4 yet. Let's still be deciding on what to do there. Harkin getting chunked big time in the back line. The engagement with Gossamer just misses there. But Bates does have bomb, and it looks like he's going to be using it. Harkin blowing the bomb a little bit closer to his wall, but it's not going to do any additional damage. Rhaegar now has level 7, so an engage onto the Stitches comes up. Really nice layered CC there by Gambit Gaming Blur, and good body blocks there by Goss and Bloody Drapes. Another really good kill there. Rhaegar's playing, right? Yeah, okay. Just has not taken a level 4 or 7. But blue Wed Weavers are descending. With Gambit Gaming Blur having the good wave clear that they do, it shouldn't be much of an issue. It's essentially a 5-minute objective here. So I expect them to clear this up pretty quickly. Good route there by the Anduin. Just Astro, just the Anub and the Anduin trying to clear this out. Tychus has the top lane all by himself, just about cleared out. And even though they're down 2 kills, the macro out of pocket has been really solid. These walls are essentially untouched from the side of Gambit Gaming Blur. But we do see a little bit of engage here by Goss. Not a lot of follow-up there. Level 8s coming up, or rather level 9s. And then, you know, 10 comes after that, which is more what I was trying to say. Inoculus and Diva doing very good things here in the bottom lane as far as macro is concerned. Bates gets booped back by the Junkrat trap there. Nice setup by Gossamer, but she's able to scurry away. 45 HP, and she is out of here. Mid lane, Tychus all alone, but he really gets to kind of do whatever he wants. There's not much of an engagement between the Rhaegar and the Stitches. Let's see if Rhaegar has chosen some talents. Yes, he has. All right. So just before 10s, he picks his 4 and 7. Stitches went Gambit at 7. Already lost a stack. Looks like Gambit Gaming Blur was able to start this back camp too just before objectives. So that was really smart of them. Meatball build about halfway done. Lightning build a long way to go on the Rhaegar. And we see a full orb build Meng, because why not? With 10s online, let's see if we see a big engage here. There is the dive. There is the Riptire. There's no Cocoon yet. Kaki trying to run away. It's a good entomb on the Rhaegar. Kaki isn't going to be able to get out of there in time. Yes, he is. And now the Lava Wave doing a terrible amount of damage to Gossamer as he's getting tower shot, run down by his Stitches. But Odin is online. We have seen almost all the ults. We haven't seen the Bunker, the Light Bomb, or the Bunny Hop yet. Rhaegar is still yet to pick an ult, which is kind of on par right now. And we see it's a future Bile game from Stitches, so they want to just kind of run him down, yeah. Izo gets to essentially do anything he wants there with Gorge not being a factor. And looks like Rag's just going to be able to get into this top fort in time and save it with very little HP left. A couple of parting gifts, fire bombs on the way out for Gambit Gaming Blur as they look to engage here in the mid lane. Are they going to have enough damage to do it? Not quite. They needed their tank. Inoculus is in a pretty interesting spot. Both teams very even on levels right now. It's a 4v4 here in the top lane as they try to turn it. Good stun there by Gossamer. There's the follow-up CC by Steve. And down goes the Ragnaros. Now we see an Akum in the bottom lane. Cocoon. What did I say? Oh, but she's... Oh, the Ancestral. They burn the Ancestral. The absolute bait there by Gambit Gaming Blur. Thinking they were going to do any damage at all. Instead, do nothing. And Li Ming walks away, and the Ancestral is down. We see a turn attempt here in the bottom lane. Bloody Drapes does have 27 gems he'd love to turn in. Both teams do have turn yet again. It looks like Bloody's going to be able to do it, although Izo running down Li Ming doesn't get the kill. No, not quite. But Mr. Slippers is still kind of in the mid lane, pretty exposed here. Where is the tank? Gossamer has to go back for mana. So if Gossamer going back for mana, nothing's going to die here. 3 stacks of Master Assassin done. Meatball very close to being completed now. And things are looking on the up and up here for Gambit Gaming Blur. It's going to be a mostly free clear, though, here in the mid lane. There is an engage onto that Rexar, and they just decide to... Not Rexar, Ragnaros. But everything misses. The Light Bomb connects. Not enough damage there to kill it without the Tychus. Junkrat not necessarily known for his big blow-up potential. He's more of an irritating factor. But are they going to be able to get the kill? Yes, they do get the Stitches under the tower. Well done there by Gambit Gaming Blur. Ancestral still off cooldown. Kaki with that Ragnaros. Going to be getting into this mid lane. The top is a big, scary wave. The fort has fallen up there, and that's going to be pushing like crazy. We jump back to the middle lane. We see a root onto that Ragnaros. The engage comes out. It's good. It connects. There's the Ancestral, though, to save. Well done there by Orc and Beans. Oh, the root hits again. Gossamer wants to go in, but he has no more buttons to press. Here comes Bloody Drapes into the mid lane. Do we see a stun out of him? No. Looks like just hit the building has been called. Stitches now with that longer hook becomes a lot more deadly. The bunker is down. And it's good play there by Bloody, just to confirm that. Helping his team escape as well. So 2 forts to 0 so far in favor of Gambit Gaming Blur. You see Out of Pocket now going to be doing their camp. They have yet to get a kill, but they've been close several times. We're going to hide this just for a bit. Bloody Drapes with a big wave. Going to be maybe going towards this bottom camp. Yes, he is. He's going to be doing that. Astro Ski and Ezo teaming up on this Bruiser camp for GGB. And meanwhile in the mid lane, Harkin doing his best to clear out the Bruiser camp from Out of Pocket, who looks to be getting a relatively free turn here. Okra Beans getting them all in. Ooh, that should be a very dead Gossamer. Do they have enough damage, though? No, they do not. Not a lot of kill pressure without the Li Ming, especially when it's a full orb build. Unless every single ability is hitting that. Yeah, as you see Bloody Drapes literally just existing around the DPS here from Out of Pocket. So mid lane is going to be gone. Gambit Gaming Blur is pretty much going to just understand that that's gone. Top lane is going to be cleared out relatively quickly. Oh, they're going to try to save mid. Here comes Odin. Lava Wave went top. Junkrat's still up there. So maybe with Odin and the Anduin they can do this. Yeah, and it's it almost looks like Out of Pocket doesn't know where they exactly want to push. So they see Blaze down here. Do we see a bunker come out? No. Good reaction there by Bloody Drapes. Able to skirt away with that bunker. Okay, so they take bottom lane. Well done there. The other 2 forts are paper mache. They're a former shell of what they once were. As 16s come online, we take another quick look at the talents. Spiders have to be cleared bottom. Nothing crazy across the board. It's a full W build there from that Rhaegar. And we do see Glass Cannon Li Ming. Awesome. Mid lane, we see an engage here. The Cocoon is out on the Ragnaros. There should be enough damage there to kill it. Ezo is there with his minigun ready. There is a boop. And boop does not go off, but the light bomb does connect. And a good disengage from the D.Va is going to be able to save him, maybe? Who's going to die? Is it Pork and Beans? Yeah. Rhaegar takes the bullet, essentially, for Cocky, but the engage coming out from Gossamer again. The follow-up is good. He's not able to quite skirt away. The Junkrat trap a little too low. Now Ezo getting really low. Meatball coming back, almost getting him. The D.Va's going to lose his mech, and it's a good bunker just to disengage. D.Va, fire bad. D.Va, fire bad. Run. D.Va taking all the fire in the face. So another member of the Rhaegar is going to fall. Going to be back here very shortly, though. Out of Pocket almost has a turn. Gambit Gaming Blur has a turn in and about a half at this point. But now 16s are online, and with almost being 2 full levels down and a turn down, Out of Pocket's going to have to do a Hail Mary here at some point. Junkrat is way out of the lane right now. Moonster, thank you for the prime, man. I appreciate that. The notifications don't go off during a match, but I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Make sure Jeffrey Bezos doesn't get his money for the Fire and Flames. Good engage there by the Stitches. The Riptire hits the face of him, and we see a Cocoon onto the Rhaegar. And Astroski doing it himself, trying to light bombs. You see a 1v1 healer duel. Okay, they back up now as Slippers is getting pretty low. But Slippers gonna have a hook here. Let's see if we can get somebody under the core. Meanwhile, D.Va is free clearing. Blaze and Li Ming are battling out bottom. And there's a hook onto Ezo. He should be able to skirt away with ease. And now Ezo running him down with that Q build. Is it enough damage? No, they turn onto the Stitches and kill him first. And this is a very scary push. I mean, Li Ming and D.Va have to come back for this, or they could just kind of end. D.Va, you see now 37 gems coming back. Blaze going to the opposite direction to Hearth. Okay, they all pull back. D.Va did get the mid fort. 4 out of pocket, so consolation prize there. They trade keep for a fort. Not ideal, but it's better than nothing. And boss has been called. This is a... I mean, yeah, Stitch is dead. Does D.Va have bomb? No, not quite. She's got 39 gems. They do not quite have a turn yet. Gambit Gaming Blur very close to a turn. You see the traps here, trap there, traps everywhere. Junkrat's irritating. He bothers me even watching him. But boss has been captured by Gambit Gaming Blur, and let's see what they do with it. Because this could potentially end the game if they get a couple of kills with this boss. But it looks like they're gonna have to clear this mid lane. Excuse me. And they're gonna be pushing push the top. Here comes Lava Wave. That's only mildly irritating. So let's see, Blaze is on his way right now. D.Va is not there yet. You see him engage onto that Ragnaros. Good cleanse there by the Rhaegar. Ezo taking the brunt of a Li Ming Orb. There's a good stun by Bloody Drapes. A little bit of miscommunications, but the stun does land onto the Stitches. There's a bunker. Going to be avoiding some of that D.Va bomb, or rather that D.Va bunny hop damage. Slipper's getting really low. There is the first kill for Gambit Gaming Blur. The boss is not super healthy, though, anymore. Gossamer gets destroyed. The first kill for Out of Pocket. And that might be the big turnaround that they needed right now, because as you look at the map, with a turn in here, this is going to be a lot to deal with for Gambit Gaming Blur. So maybe a little too ambitious, but Gambit Gaming Blur... GGB, I gotta shorten that up somehow. I gotta shorten that up. GGB. Blur is such a weird word to say. Blur. Anyway. You see a turn in here from Out of Pocket. They're down 20s. It's a 4v4. But double Lava Wave, which is what I'm assuming we're gonna see, is gonna be a real pain in the ass. And I think after this, if GGB is still alive, we're going to see the late game spiral out of control here. This fort is still, has not been touched, has not taken damage. It's weird. It's almost like Abba was here with a mule, because you don't see a fort with no walls, and no towers not take any damage. It's just very strange. Blaze is going to be in the bottom lane, going to be clearing this out in a hurry. Out of Pocket, kind of scurrying around, not sure which lane they want to push yet. They decide it's going to be top lane. With Blaze not there, let's see what Out of Pocket can do. Everybody sees that the Blaze is not there. But they really don't have a lot of strong siegers right here. There's a good hook, though. Light Bomb comes out. And here comes the Lava Wave. Oh, the Spider did a terrible amount of damage to the back line of GGB. And here comes the wave. Astro Ski getting his little toes burned just a smidge. Bloody Drapes comes in. He's a little bit caught out. I don't think he's going to bunker here, though. D.Va is a little bit caught out as well. But the engage is onto the Rhaegar. Double Ancestral is out onto the D.Va, who continues to bunny hop away. Is there any follow-up damage for Orc and Beans? He is caught out. His team is not there. Stitch is in the bottom lane with Cocky, and I'm not sure what that's about. But now here they come to the fight. They come into the back lane. Bloody Drapes not quite able to catch him. There's an Oil Slick. The Anduin E a little bit too slow, and down comes the bunker. Here comes an Odin. Everybody just kind of pressing R at all weird times. But here is a big red button. Oh, good stun there by the Ragnaros. And Blaze has to scurry away best he can. There's a pull from the Anduin. I think the first pull I've seen, actually. But Stitches might have a hook here. Not quite. We take a look at the 20 upgrades. We see Bob and Weave instead of the big red button. So that Odin is not as scary as it could be. Late 20s. And Gift from the Embalmer. Is that the death reduction or cooldown reduction on death? Yeah. Double Lava Wave like we saw. Pure power. Extra oomph from the Rip Tire. And now who has turn? So GGB does have turn in here with the 53 gems. They all have the same number of structures, albeit one is a fort, one's a keep. Mr. Slipper's really taking a lot of damage, though. The minigun is good. Light Bomb connects the 3 members there. That is a reset there by Harkin. He hit 3 members, and here comes a Riptire yet again. Is he going to be able to get anything? The Ancestral's really good there from the Rhaegar. Mr. Slipper's running way up just a little bit of HP. This has to be a Q, and it's just a little late from Gossamer. But with that, Gambit Gaming Blur should be able to get a turn in. Not going to get, I think, as much value as they are going to hope to. Odin is up, though. Ooh, Bates just gets away. Astroski's in the front line, completely uncontested, getting a ball in the face. Did that hit 3? I don't think so. No, it did not. It missed 1, but it's only a 20-second Riptire cooldown. This back Spider is not going to get a whole lot of value. Junkrat, as I switch over, gets absolutely deleted. Oh, but it's a good stun there by Vates. Vates getting a little low. Able to skirt away. This D.Va kind of saving the game here for Out of Pocket, playing really well. Really good disengages for a D.Va. He doesn't have a lot of community disengages. And we have reached the late game. Double Lava Wave is online. Gonna be super irritating to deal with. Why does it keep saying Moonster has subscribed? You subscribed 3 times? What the hell? Kaku's just gonna... Wow. I can't believe they just let him do... I mean, he's right here. He's right here. Yeah, Bloody Drapes is looking for him. Hello. Bunker? You got a bunker. It's bunker. Yep. Okay. So there's the bunker. It's a 4-on-5 now. This could be really bad. Ooh, good job there by Bloody Drapes to get away. Here comes Stitches with a big old hook. No, he does not try it. Boss is up. Everybody from GGB is going back except Ski and Iso, who really have nothing to do. Nobody has any gems to turn in that's going to have any meaningful value in the game. And yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. Are they baiting boss? No, but they are checking it. Orkin Beans, oh my gosh, Orkin Beans is an absolute madman. Okay. Maybe you want one of your 3 bruisers to stand there. There's the totem. Oh, they know they're close. Spell armor pretty good there by Gossamer. And it's now a battle of chicken. Gossamer getting a real chunk though. Surprised we don't see a Stitches hook come out and try to force some type of engage. The traps by the Junkrat though, this is a no-go zone. The beautiful thing here for Out of Pocket is that double lava wave. Oh, there's a big engage into the backline from Gossamer. Great follow-up CC by Bloody Drapes. And there's the Light Bomb combo taken out for Ragnaros. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Not quite a reset, but the D.Va is going to fall. And this might be all she wrote. Good catch there by Gossamer onto Mr. Slippers. The follow-up CC from Bloody just a little behind. And let's see if they're able to do it. Here comes the Odin, but it is not a big red button Odin. So we'll see if they can take this. Catapults on core here for Out of Pocket. Gonna be doing core damage. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but it's 61 to 87 right now, and we have, yeah, it's not gonna be enough. The Stitches is gonna go down. Core has been called by GGB. It's dropping really fast. The catapult's doing work, but it's not gonna be enough. 54%. Game 1 goes to Gambit Gaming Blur. My goodness. Yeah, your bot absolutely adores you, Moon. So we go to the post game here. I mean, it was 2-11 in kills, but that really doesn't tell the story. That game was much, much closer than it looks on paper. The Ragnaros provided so much macro. And really, just the macro in general seemed to be so much stronger from the side of Out of Pocket. And even though they were down kills early, the walls and structure damage that they had was insane. Their early game really struggled, but mounted an amazing comeback at the end. Ended the same level, I believe, at 23-23. But game 1's going to go to GGB. Li Ming leading the way in damage. Never died, by the way. Same wing with the Tychus, who also never died, leading the way in damage for GGB. As Sparhawk says, GG, and my Toxic Nightbot says, easy. So anyway, we will go to a game 2. Take a quick look at the talents here. I think Gorge was the call here. I think that really would have made a difference in the game. Being able to isolate one of their targets. I mean, I know you're playing into an Anubarak, and that kind of sucks. Which was the absolute MVP of draft choices here. You're countering both the Stitches and Li Ming with one character. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we're going to go to, looks like, Towers of Doom next. Let's see here. Winner was the red team. That's our away team tonight. And let's see. Towers going to be our next map. Let's see who chose it. Butters. No licky. Had to yell at my dog. Sorry. Let's see. Just waiting on who picked this map. I'm assuming it was GGB, but I could be wrong. As Harkin trickles in here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Gotta change the settings. Alright, not coin toss. Team 2 gets the pick, which means that Orc and Beans has chosen Towers of Doom for the next match, which is awesome. There we go. Thank you for the raid, Jason Hots. Appreciate that, as always. Welcome, Raiders. We're casting a best of 3 between Out of Pocket and Gambit Gaming Blur Division East matchup. Let me get the actual scoreboard updated for you, as I realize I have not yet. Gambit Gaming Blur has taken Game 1 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And it looks like we're having some trouble getting everybody in the lobby. J-Raid. What's up, Ektar? Do with the pork and beans. I mean, how do you not constantly sing that song when your name is Orc and Beans? It's impossible. Game 2, I'm going with Gambit for the win. I thought the draft from GGB was superior in almost every single way. But Out of Pocket really did nearly pull that matchup off. One more Lava Wave in that bottom lane at the right time maybe gets more damage onto the core and takes it out, because it was down to like 54%. Alright, we got everybody in the lobby here now. Let's see how Game 2 goes. I'm going to say that the caster is ready. And it looks like Orc and Beans and the Out of Pocket crew are ready. Out of Pocket Esports, I suppose. I just remembered I didn't eat dinner tonight, and I am very hungry. Just waiting on Gambit Gaming to say that they're ready, and they are. We should be getting going here with game 2. Here we go. Towers of Doom.
Towers of
So,
Doom.
this is one of my favorite maps to cast because, as everybody knows, it's the comeback map, right? If you have one shot left on your core, you still have a chance. And that's been legitimately proven as long as the game's been around. A lot of different ways to play this game. This map, rather. You could do a 1-1-3, you could do a 1-1-1, 1-1-4. Super heavy on the macro, but also there's a lot of teamfight aspects of it. Globals are super important. Lost Vikings is really good here. You could just go Sill and split push towers. You can go Falstad and just be irritating to the offlaner. So early what we're seeing here is the Brightwing taken out because of that global potential. Gambit Gaming Blur obviously doesn't want to deal with the Garage tonight. It's the second time we see that banned. And let's see what... I'm assuming this is going to be another tank. They really tried to choke out the tanks last game. This could be a Mei, but instead they're going to go with a Li Ming this time around. Did not like the orbs directly to the face of their team. Out of pocket with the last ban, this will be a Johanna, more than likely. Johanna is also very good on this map to poke the objectives, set up these engages. And they're going to keep us in suspense, but I got a feeling tonight's going to be a Joe ban. Yeah, alright. So what's the first pick here? Is it going to be the Blaze again by Bloody Drapes? There's a good chance. But it's actually going to be the Anubarak. So Gossamer early picking that tank instead of healer or offlaner. See how that plays out for him. It was very effective in the first game, but it leaves the Anub to be countered. Let's see how Out of Pocket handles this. They picked this map, so I'm assuming they got a plan, right? We see an early Diablo, and I'm assuming a Tychus. Alright, well, Gambit Gaming Blur is going to pick up a Tychus here. And probably a Rhaegar? Yeah. It's scary how well I can predict some of these things sometimes. Yeah, I mean, that was the response. That is the correct response to that. Tychus does have a lot of spell armor, so if Kaki goes Pyroblast, really not going to do a whole lot. Anubis spell armor, Rhaegar obviously has the Ancestral. We do see a Deathwing ban. That's pretty interesting. Deathwing is super irritating on this map. Can really poke the objectives for a long time. So let's see what they do here. Last ban, I mean, they already have a tank, but they still need a healer. Best available is that Anduin. Probably what you're going to see here. Maybe a Lucio ban. Yeah, it's going to be Anduin. Alright, so they don't have to pick a healer here. They could pick a DPS, or they could take their healer and flex. Diva not... I don't know if Diva's super strong on this map, honestly. I really don't know Diva well enough on this map in particular. I know she's very good on Infernal Shrines. It's probably one of her best maps. But instead we see Mr. Slippers on an Artanis, Inoculus on a Lily. Now, these are all different roles. So, Kaki was the offlaner, Mr. Slippers was the tank, Orkin Beams was the healer, and Inoculus was the DPS. So they have really switched around their plans here. Harkin and Bloody Drapes, see what they have left. I mean, I assume this is going to be a Blaze again. Maybe a Hogger if he's feeling spicy, but Harkin maybe it was... No, it's just Junkrat. They're just running like the same comp, essentially. I mean, Lily is got blinds, right? So he can blind the Tychus for a duration. But that also means that the Lily has to be in the front line and able to deal with that. Single target healing, though, is Lily until level 10 and then 20. Her healing really doesn't come on until 20. Junkrat's got big AoE damage.
I hear the call.
And we see a double mage comp out of pocket. So it looks like they're going to want to try to macro. This could be a 4-man Artanis with an off-lane Nazebo. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, Nazebo can probably outpush the heck out of a Leo if he just sits in lane. But if you have to send like a Artanis or a KT into the mid lane to catch soak, that the Nazebo is not, you're going to really struggle in that bottom lane. You're going to lose that bottom tower in a hurry. But we'll see how it happens. Game 2 between Out of Pocket and Gambit Gaming Blur about to get on their way. Out of Pocket needing this game to push it to a game 3. Let's see if they can make it work. Best friends, good portrait synergy across the board. Gambit Gaming Blur really slack-a-lacking in that regard. But it didn't hurt him in the first game, and we'll see how much it hurts him in the second. Our away team, Out of Pocket, or our home team, excuse me, Out of Pocket tonight. We have Vates on the Nazebo, Kaki on the KT, Orc and Beans playing the Diablo, Mr. Slippers on the Artanis. Where are you, Crush? We have an Artanis game. And an Oculus on that Lily. Almost, I think, 100% roll switch for the side of Out of Pocket. Meanwhile, in the right lane, we have Goss on the Anub again, Astroski on the Rhaegar, Harkin back on that Junkrat, Ezo back on the Tychus, and Bloody Drapes deciding to switch it up and play a Leo.
5,
4, 3, 2,
1.
Game 2
Let the
has started.
battle begin.
Letting the battle begin. We see an Artanis splitting off to try to get some gauge here in the bottom lane. Excuse me. Junkrat already putting a trap in that bottom. Wave clear here. It's gonna favor GGB quite a bit. Yeah, lane's already gone. Oh, Bloody's gonna bomb spread. There's the first bomb spread of the game. Astroski says thank you for that. Good job here by Harkin, cutting off that rotation. Really smart play there. Looks like Mr. Slippers is alone in the bottom lane. Diablo is still stuck clearing mid, and KT is top, so a little interesting. What's happening? There's an engage onto Mr. Slippers. It's not going to really be anything. It is a Spider's Nazebo. Already at 27 stacks. It's actually insane. Orc and Beans trying to look menacing. Good stun there onto the Anub, but he's able to scurry away. No harm, no foul there. Is the KT double soaking? I think it's a KT double soak. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The Artanis is stacking. He's only has 4 auto attacks right now, but it is hard to get to this very ranged team that is Gambit Gaming Blur. The Rhaegar is in the mid lane catching soak for Bloody. The swap tries to come out, but doesn't quite land. And this is planned. This is the thing. Oh, but you're dropping a little soak. No, you left before you got the soak. Gage onto the backline of Bates there. Looks like they're able to dive on him. A really nice peel from Orc and Beans. Able to save him there. Well done by the Diablo. And, I mean, if I'm Gambit Gaming Blur, I'm killing the KT. Right? He's actually
Be ready.
out soaking Bloody Drapes. I don't know, this is insane. Alright, but we see a camp invade here just before the objective pops. Orc and Beans, Mr. Slippers, everybody really peeled off from one another. There's an engage onto the Rhaegar there, though. Diablo looking very scary. And it looks like Gambit Gaming still wants this fight. Bates a little bit late to the party. Spiders does connect to the Anub. And Astroski getting really, really low. Gossamer now is going to have to start peeling out. And he does. Ezo stuck behind the wall. Now Orc and Beans, they're looking to turn this fight. They're actually getting really low. Gossamer, if a little bit of follow-up, could have killed that Diablo. But they're unable to do so. 4 shots going over to the side of Gambit Gaming Blur, but 8 shots in favor of Out of Pocket. That's a lie. The other way around. You want the bigger numbers. This isn't golf. So 8 shots for Gambit Gaming. Hit the core of Out of Pocket. And 4 to the other side. Again, we see Master Assassin, 1 already completed. Full W build out of the new rack. Level 4 is still not chosen by the Diablo. Down goes the Artanis. The KT's trying to soak, but they are... Oh, there's a flip over the wall. Astro's Key getting caught out. Is there going to be enough damage? The spiders connect to him. Is it enough? He's running away, scurrying. Yeah, he'll be fine. Spiders almost completed their buy fates 4 minutes into this game. The KT does have 13 globes. Oh, Spooky Hand does miss. I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen a KT double soaking on towers. Oh, there's a good engage onto the Rhaegar. Astro's Key caught out on an island right now. Don't tell me he's able to walk away. Oh my gosh, a 32 health. He escapes. Harkin gonna be pushing this bottom lane. Oh my gosh, this Junkrat's so irritating. Junkrat is just a menace to society. So it is a W build Diablo. His next objective's up. Out of Pocket is about a level behind. Here comes KT, who has gone. I haven't even looked at KT's build. Okay, Sunken Fury, energy roll. This is the build that I prefer. There comes a swap, but just doesn't quite reach. Gazebo completes the spider build. 4 on 5 right now. Ezo taking a lot of damage. The bomb spread is terrible for Gambit Gaming Blur. Hits Astro Key. There's no mana, there's no health. And Inoculus able to pick up this objective here. Bloody Drapes decided not to join for that fight and push out the waves. Hoping his team wouldn't die and lose a lot of value, which they did not. Apologies for missing Junkrat taking out the, or rather Lily taking out the Junkrat in the bottom lane. That is a dead pile of Junkrat. And it may not be the most traditional of strategies. It's not the most traditional of comps. But sometimes when something works for you, it just works for you. And that is what I could say here about Out of Pocket, who may be a level down, but they're 1 kills to 2 and seemingly in a better position than they were last game. Tied 32-32 in core damage. See Gambit Gaming looking for a kill here. Orchid Beat's really out on an island and tombs his own man. Bloody Drapes forgetting what team he's on. But the Tychus able to get away. Ski with that bomb spread. And now we see a Cocoon on to Lily. Riptire coming out. Good engager by the Gossamer. And Astro's gonna have to ancestral himself as Spiders is on his butt. So a good pre-10 fight there outside of Gambit Gaming Blur. We saw everything there except the Odin, the Riptire, the Cocoon, Ancestral. Yeah, and the Cocoon. Meanwhile, from the side of Out of Pocket, we see Apocalypse, or the APOC, the Ravenous Spirit, Laser Beam, Pyroblast, and Jugs. Now, this is calculated, right? So they're going to give these 2 objectives to take this bottom tower, get the map control. Without the Gargantuan, actually, the siege damage isn't as great as I thought it was going to be from the side of Out of Pocket. But they are going to get these next 2 objectives. Oh, and they only get 3 shots out of both? I think so, 3 and 3, yeah. So they were able to take the tower before both objectives were capped. Which is honestly a pretty good trade. Camp taken here. They're checking boss, but Gambit Gaming Blur has no interest in doing boss right now. The same talent here. They just want to kind of push in these pumpkins that are coming. Dio's going to continue to double soak. Looks like they're leaving Artanis now in the top lane. Now Harkin becomes a lot more squishy with a Pyroblast on the field. So does Ezo, who's taking a lot of damage here. The bomb spread does hit the Junkrat. I think he's 1 pyro away from death. I don't think there's anything they can do to stop him here if they wanted to. Does Cocky see it though? Pyroblast still up. 13s are now online for Gambit Gaming Blur. Here comes a Riptire, connected with 3 men here on this 3-on-4. Leo is not here, but a good engage by Goss. No, but he does Ancestral just a little bit too late. The laser onto the healer as well, not great for him. And Pyro's still not used. Ancestral now online. Oh, rather, back online. Kaki's taking a ton of damage. Eagle trying to run him down, and the tower actually finishes him off. This was going so well, and suddenly turns so poorly for Out of Pocket. As Ezo and his best pal, the tower, are just taking names. And the tower is gonna fall. So they get the tower back. They, you know, lost the war but won the battle, I guess.
Take the altars.
Astroski, Rhaegar picking up this bottom objective. Junkrat and Ezo nearby to support him in his efforts. And there go 4 shots, 28 to 26 in favor of Out of Pocket. Now Artanis is not here. This is a 5-man gank. There is a good Entomb, but it's a 5-man APOC. Oh my goodness! And the wall there from the Zebo is great. Entomb comes out into the Lily. Riptire following up the rear. They just decide to turn on Inoculus. Does he get out? No, he does not. Stop just a little bit. He had the Unstoppable stop. Uh-oh, that's a Pyroblast to the face of a Rhaegar, and that's a super dead Rhaegar. It's still a 4-on-4, though Harkin is caught out. Doesn't realize that, oh, thank God the minion wave was there. Good engage onto the Diablo. Tychus trying to just scare him away. Leo going back to doing Leo things. A lot of action happening for not a lot of progress. They're basically just fighting to fight. But it's 3 kills to 8 in favor of Gambit Gaming Blur, who seem to sort of be losing a little bit more and more team fights. Like, we just kind of seen the same trajectory that we saw in the last game, where they were really strong early, and then very slowly Out of Pocket starts to scale and come back. Orkin Bean's getting really low. There's the first kill. Junkrat takes him out. Now we see the Tychus taking out the Artanis. Don't play with a lot of Artanis. Kaki going down as well. The KT pays with his life for this camp that they try to invade. And it was, again, a 4-on-5, and Gambit Gaming Blur able to come ahead in that. Phrasing. Vates is here. Uh-oh. He's been spotted. Now, this is an interesting combo, because if you land spiders onto a Junkrat, he dies. But you gotta land your spiders. You can spider wall him, Ravenous Spirit. Oh, there. Oh, almost. Alright, 4 shots going in favor of Gambit Gaming Blur. Vates is still down here, dancing with this Junkrat. Now here comes a Lily. Come on, respect the 1v1. Let them 1v1. Alright, here come all the teams. They've traded objectives. Diablo taking a terrible amount of damage, but the Rhaegar is caught off a little bit too far. Doesn't matter. Diablo gets ripped apart by the Junkrat Tychus. Vates now, with that ice block, not going to really be able to do a whole lot to save himself there. Maybe a consolation prize here as Ezo, oh my gosh, with 75 spell armor, took essentially no damage to that Pyroblast. Kaki now going down. Good rotation here by Bloody Drapes and that Leo. Now Mr. Slippers, unfortunately, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. The Slippers were not anywhere to be found. That's a terrible joke. And is Harkin going to be able to get the lead? No. So, down a talent tier here. It's going to be really, really tough now for Out of Pocket to come back into this game. Orkin Beans is going to try to look scary as Diablos do. Hello, Steph with an F. The tunnel is now open. Junkrat, arguably one of the best anchors in the game, just not allowing the enemy team to push a tower. But he's going to be down here doing the best he can to push these in. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is going to be pushing this good lane. You see the Odin come down. Ezo, I think, can just kind of stand there and take it. Ooh, the swap almost connects to Ezo, who would have been in a lot of trouble there. But good damage onto this mid tower for Gambit Gaming Blur. You see the Leo pushing in this lane, doing a really good job at sieging here. So the Orkin Beans was caught out. The Tychus just doing terrible, terrible damage to that Diablo. take a quick look at talents here before this next fight. The Arcanus only has 109 stacks. But the KT has got nearly 30 globes, so the double soaking really paid off for him. But is this game? No, this is not. But this is nearly a 6 cap. Gossamer doing the best he can. The Beetles are really good, and yeah, I mean, Junkrat and Azebo have been 1v1ing down here, and Junkrat's been winning. There's a great tomb onto that Artanus. He tries to swap himself out of it. Unable to do so, and now Junkrat taking this objective. This is going to be 10 shots plus a boss's how many shots? 4? I always forget. 4. 4 shots. I knew that. Don't tell me. Really surprised you don't see GGB going for the 6 cap. This is not much of a tower. And they're just kind of letting them... I mean, yeah, boss wins. Is this your contingency? 3 little sappers waddling down the lane. Yeah, they're just game. They're 4 levels down. Out of pocket can't take this fight. They can't even get past their towers, honestly. And yeah, that is winning. GG. Looks like Lily had called it even before then. Congratulations to Gambit Gaming Blur on their domination over Out of Pocket. All right, well, there we go. 3 to 17 in kills. Just as I was saying, you know, Out of Pocket is starting to ramp up a little bit. It's starting to look a little bit better. Everything went terrible for them, unfortunately. It just everything went screaming downhill, and then they ended up losing. Tychus has not died all night. Again, leading the way in DPS. Harkin as well on that Junkrat. 7 and 8 kills. That's what you want to see out of your DPS. Astro and Bloody picking up 1 as well. Their tank doing absolutely nothing. Just kidding, guys. Game 1 was a much closer battle. Game 2 really snowballed out of control for Out of Pocket, but they put up a good fight anyway. I believe are they new to NGS? I don't remember seeing them too much. I have not seen them, so I'm sure we'll be seeing them, though, in the future for sure. Diablo into Tychus always feels bad. That's probably why they drafted the Learys for the blinds, but anyway. Drac 640842. Let's go, Gambit Gaming. I think. What do you mean you think? Let's see if Mr. Ezo wants to come in and say hi to me. I'll be in lobby 1. Maybe I'll just pop in with them there. Let's just see. Oh, you know what? I have them on the friends list. Let's just see what they want to do here. Sodium told me to join. Okay. I feel be dancing, yeah. Dancing, yeah. Do 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 do. Take a quick look at the talents here. Gambit Gaming Blur are going to be sending someone over. Go Team Space Pope. I might actually leave my stream up. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're proud to get our first win.
I was going to say, is this your second or first match?
It's our second match. We lost last week to 30 Seconds Smash.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you guys stormed back in pretty convincing fashion. They took you to Tomb, right? Or no, you went to Tomb?
We picked Tomb.
You picked Tomb, yeah. You guys kind of had the strategy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it in draft today, huh?
Yeah, we decided to try to keep it a little more simple. Tried and true kind of heroes and strategies and stuff. And it seemed to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 1, you guys really had the foot on the gas pedal. But level 20 Ragnaros is super irritating to deal with, and I was concerned for your core there towards the end of that first game.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes my minimap doesn't work, so I actually didn't know, but I guess we had catapults on the core.
Yeah, it got down to about 50%.
Yeah, Bloody pointed it out like after the game ended, like right after. He's like, "You guys know we had platas on the core." I was like, "I had no idea." But we were going forward. We weren't looking at that.
Yeah, sometimes you never look back. You just always charge ahead. It was 2-11 in kills, but really didn't necessarily tell the story because they almost came back to win that game, and I thought, all right, we should be gearing up for a really good game 2.
Yeah.
And then you guys were kind of sick of their shit, it seemed like, and just mowed them down.
In game 1, the heroes they drafted kind of scaled in an interesting way. I think they had like a W build Rhaegar.
Yeah.
It's just the D.Va, and it became very, very difficult to kill. Like even with like a Tychus and a new Brek.
Yeah, the D.Va was really the MVP of that first game. The amount of disengage she had for essentially just having a tiny boop was amazing. So yeah, I think that was Vates on the D.Va who played really well.
Yes,
but you were able to overcome that and a good push at the end there. And then we went to game 2. We went to towers. I think you guys drafted extremely well into what they had. I was a little suspect of the first pick a noob, and I thought, well, okay, if they're sure they want that. And then they went, was it Diablo KT? And I thought, oh,
yeah.
no.
I think that's right. And I just hit Slog Tychus. I don't think I was planning on picking it. But I was like, well, I'm just the Tychus.
Yeah, well, and then too with the spell armor, I thought, boy, if you get Pyro, you just don't die. And I think Astro got an Ancestral off on you that had no value because you had your spell shield up and you took no damage anyway. So
yeah, I think I remember something like that. I was like, wow, that actually did almost nothing.
Yeah, it's 75 spell armor is a lot of spell armor, and I almost only take it for when I'm playing against the KT. So yeah, that worked out really well, and you guys just played really well. I mean, they had an off-lane KT, which I've never seen before, and I've watched a lot of games. So that was kind of interesting. Like, it made sense, and for a while, Bloody was kind of struggling with it, it seemed like. Because every time they were in lane together, she just threw a bomb on him, and he kind of exploded. But
yeah, it is tricky to play the bruisers into like a ranged hero, like almost any ranged hero sometimes. It's tricky. But he did great.
Yeah, he definitely played. He played really well all night. Honestly, the Blaze was really strong. The Entombs, he got you on that first Entomb, which was great there in the mid lane. He, instead of entombing the team, he entombed the Tychus. But
oh, did he? Okay,
yeah.
I might have to watch it back.
Yeah, he got you really good.
Okay.
But I think you guys got the kill anyway. It created a wall that you were able to kill someone in. And yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to be said about game 2. You guys just played really well. You were 4 levels ahead. I was surprised you guys went for the camp instead of the 6 cap at the end there.
Yeah, The you talking about when I was down to like
I think there was
the
only 3 or 4 shots or something.
yeah. So we had bottom tower, and we said if they have to come clear this camp.
Yeah. Okay.
So then we'll just go to get a free boss. Like that's how we were.
Yeah, I mentioned that too. I was like, well, I guess it's a contingency. Like they have to split up, or this just ends anyway. So, yeah.
And that was the most difficult thing for them to contest on the map because they had nothing to retreat to basically if they
Yeah.
were to go there.
And even getting to the boss, they had no way to get to the boss without going through towers, and their siege damage wasn't spectacular. I think Nazebo probably could have gone Gargantuan there, and you would have had a little bit more of a trouble, because Junkrat could just hold that bottom lane all by himself almost forever, even into a Nazebo.
Right.
It's just irritating as hell to deal with.
He's a good hero.
He's a good hero, yeah. He's first pick, first ban worthy most games. But, well, again, congratulations. I got nothing else for you. If you have any other shoutouts you want to do, feel free to do so.
Yes, I do. I'll first want to shout out the team. We had a little roster apocalypse kind of right before the season started, but we've been kind of working overtime to try to get the group, to know how to play with each other. I think it's coming together pretty well, so I want to thank those guys. And of course the whole Gambit gaming family. You guys are all great. And of course you for casting us.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you.
Well, very good. Yeah, thank you for your time. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again, hopefully in an interview very soon. But good luck on the rest of the season.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yep, later. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it for this portion of my casting tonight. Shout out to Heinz Ketchup, says Stoic. Absolutely. In 17 minutes, I'm going to be casting Phoenix Rising Amethyst against the Raging Roosters 4U page here. Goblin, man, good to see you. Maybe I'll stream someday, not this, and we can actually talk, because I miss you, buddy. But thank you, everybody, for coming out. Again, we'll be back here in about 15 minutes. I'm just going to grab a drink and go to the bathroom, and we'll be back with another game. So I'm going to end the stream, though, and, maybe I send it over. Hang on. Let me raid somebody. Let me raid, let me raid Rocco. We'll keep it in the NGS family. She's casting Cho'Gall and the Chocolate Factory versus Team Rainbow Shrooms Grow. So enjoy that, and we'll see you guys soon.